Right now at 10, French Island voters choose their leaders. The wrinkle to tonight's special election and reaction from residents.
And a fire breaks out in Warrens. The scale of the blaze and what may have started it.
Plus a $2 million decision. The budget cuts Winona Public Schools say had to be made.
Streaming 24/7 on the News 8 Plus app. You're watching News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown.
I'm Ken Kozarowski. A historic night on French Island as voters officially elect their new village leadership, 6 trustee spots, and a village president. But only 5 candidates are running for those 6 trustee spots. It's Bob Wolfert, Heather Harney, Mary Jo Werner, Lee Donahue, and Mike Stolpa. That means at least one write-in candidate tonight is guaranteed a spot on the board. We'll learn that name later this week after the official canvass.
Meanwhile, it's longtime town board chair Dan Kompanke ahead of Bob Wolfert for that village president role.
So voter turnout at around 33% tonight in the unofficial numbers, but a historic night nonetheless for the new village, and optimism is high.
News 8 Now's JDS McGee joins us live at Village Hall with what's making the election special this year. JDS.
Yeah, historic night for sure. Tonight was actually the first time that voters, they could elect those new leaders into their new village, but residents really just tell me that they're excited to really be a part of this moment.
It makes me feel good. I'm glad people are turning out.
One by one, voters walked in and out of Village Hall, casting their ballots. But this wasn't a typical election day on French Island. For the first time, residents were voting as members of a village.
I think it's very important because it's a new chapter in the history of the island here, and I think that it's very important because we have to have the leadership that's going to take us to the future.
The change from the town of Campbell to the village of French Island came after years of pushing for incorporation. For some voters, Tuesday's election brought a new sense of pride.
There's a village pride. I think people should really feel that there's going to be a lot of doors that are going to open up, and there's going to be a lot of things to consider.
And with their first permanent government taking shape, some voters say they're excited about who is stepping up.
They believe in French Island as a village, and I think they're going to do great things.
And as you can see, the next board meeting is actually going to take place July 14th at 6 p.m. Live in the village of French Island, JDS McGee, News 8 Now.
All right, JDS, thanks very much.
Well, a warm Tuesday we had, but we do have some potential for showers in the early morning, Greg.
We have storms, showers, especially for some in the early morning. Then throughout the rest of the day, there'll be a lot of activity, including some strong, potentially severe ones, depending on how things all play out. But this evening, still very quiet, muggy out there. Our dew points are starting to continue to rise, so temperatures aren't going to lower too much. You can see still in the upper 70s, low 70s for Winona. Overnight lows, mainly going to get down to the upper 60s, maybe low 70s, depending on location. So kind of a muggy, very warm night. Right now, radar shows all this activity well to the north and west, up in the arrowhead of Minnesota. That boundary sitting out there. We'll see additional development from this boundary, and this is what's going to come through eventually at some point around 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. You can see the activity spreading across basically north of I-94 about 5 a.m. to about 7 a.m. with some of those cells could be strong or severe, especially probably going into Rusk County. This activity will kind of fall apart as we get closer to 8 a.m., likely staying north of Black River Falls throughout the morning hours. So we see overall the conditions there for La Crosse, not seeing any of the storms quite yet. It'll be 85 muggy out the conditions too. And then for Eau Claire, you do have those showers and storms coming back in at 6, a little bit of a break, and then showers kind of reappear 10 to about noon. And there'll be additional activity in the afternoon too. So we'll prime out the additional stuff in the afternoon and see what the end of the work week has in store a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, thank you, Greg. Developing news tonight, police are investigating a body found in La Crosse early this morning. The individual was found on the 800 block of Division Street, though police say there's no threat to the public.
A structure in Warrens engulfed in flames this afternoon on the 2200 block of County Road O. Our crew on scene saw heavy machinery tearing down the structure. No cause of the fire has been announced.
The Winona School District approved a $2.2 million budget cut in pursuit of a balanced budget. The district plans to cut several staff positions and reduce hours for others. The adjustments equal around 11 full-time positions and include school administrators and teachers. The district is also cutting down on transportation costs by removing bus routes and expanding the district's walk zone from 1 mile to 1.5. The superintendent says the reductions will help keep up with rising costs.
the calculation is really as simple as that, is that the expenses are going up at a much faster pace than the revenue has been able to, just has been able to keep pace.
The district also plans to raise activity participation fees and ticket prices for sporting events.
Third CD Democratic candidate Emily Berge met with cancer survivors and the ACS Cancer Action Network this afternoon. They discussed Berge's commitment to lessen the burden for cancer patients. Today, Berge signed her cancer promise, pledging to take cancer issues to Washington if she gets elected.
I think it's so important to show up in local communities and listen to people who are being impacted. The people who are closest to the problems are closest to the solutions.
Candidate Rebecca Cook will meet with cancer survivors next Thursday.
Wisconsin Democrats gathering today to discuss health care affordability. Senator Brad Pfaff joined Representatives Jill Billings and Tara Johnson at Riverside Park this morning. They met to criticize President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, saying it's negatively affected health care and everyday costs for Wisconsinites.
These policies don't just hurt Wisconsinites in the short term, they leave lasting impacts. Folks in my district are spending less on summer vacations and already thinking about budgeting for new school clothes and supplies for kids.
News 8 asked Republican Derek Van Orden and Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick for their perspective on the economy Monday. Those comments are on our website. The City of La Crosse Municipal Transit is helping the youth build their bus confidence.
The MTU partnered with the School District of La Crosse to host a citywide youth summer ride today from noon to 4. Student groups traveled around the city to multiple locations, including the public library, Logan Middle School, and the Sweet Shop.
They don't have to walk everywhere, ride their bike, have mom and dad drop them off. If they can learn how to use the bus, they can get just about virtually anywhere here in town.
All youth between 4 and 17 can sightsee and ride the bus for free starting today. An Iowa man's mission to visit every pizza ranch has brought him to Prairie du Chien. Jason Halkias says his journey goes back to 2014 with a previous relationship with a fellow Pizza Ranch fanatic. That relationship didn't last, but his love of the chain took off. Today's visit is his 228th and final Pizza Ranch for now.
Keep going. I mean, I love what I do, and I just love Pizza Ranch because of the environment, of course. You just don't get an environment like this anywhere, if you ask me.
Now, Jason says he doesn't have a favorite store, but he'll keep an eye out for when the next one is built and add it to his list.
Still ahead tonight, a New York skyscraper that's buckling.
Plus, President Trump at the NATO summit, the conflict he's signaling it could be coming to an end.
Tomorrow, starting at 5 a.m., SNAP benefits could soon include a popular new option. Why watching the World Cup is good for your health, and all your breaking news and Nicole's forecasts when we see you at 5 a.m.
Ultra's celebrating our country's 250th anniversary. New members opening a new A+ account in branch with a $500 direct deposit will get a $250 bonus. Swing into a local Ultra to claim your $250 today. Limited time offer. Visit ultra.org for details and locations. Ultra.
Hi, I'm Danielle with the Board Store. Summer goes by fast, and the work of taking care of your home can steal your best days. Find your freedom with our Freedom Day sale at the Board Store. Energy-efficient windows and doors, new composite or vinyl siding, even a new deck, patio cover, or pergola for outdoor living. Improving your home, improving your life. Fair prices, installed by the best. Visit our showroom, meet us online, or call for a prompt free estimate. You'll be glad you did.
Summer tastes better with ice cream. At the Westby Cooperative Creamery Cheese Store, you'll find hand-scooped ice cream that's worth the trip. Pick your favorite flavor, grab a cone, and enjoy a sweet treat made for Wisconsin summers. While you're here, shop delicious cheeses, local products, and gifts for the whole family. Cool off and treat yourself at the Westby Cooperative Creamery Cheese Store in downtown Westby. Westby Cooperative Creamery, where Wisconsin tradition meets a scoop of happiness.
Ultra is also celebrating its 95th anniversary. New members opening a new Live Your Life spend account in branch will get a $95 bonus. Swing into a local Ultra to claim your $95 today. Limited time offer. Visit ultra.org for details and locations. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
During day one of the NATO summit, President Trump reiterated his hope to settle Russia's war with Ukraine and to make Greenland a part of the U.S.
CBS News' Jesse Mitchell has the details.
President Trump spent Tuesday night in Turkey, dining alongside Western allies at the NATO summit. The dinner came after a day of meetings in which the president addressed a host of global topics, including Russia's ongoing war with Ukraine. President Trump spoke optimistically about working with Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to bring their war to an end.
I think they both want to make a deal. It's too bad it took so long, but I think there's going to be something's going to come out, and the president's also helping us with that. But I think there's something. I settled 8 wars, and I think we're going to be settling. And it doesn't seem likely now, but sometimes when war, I see when it's least likely, that's when it happens.
The president will meet with Zelensky to discuss the war on Wednesday. Trump also reiterated Tuesday his desire for the U.S. to acquire Greenland and suggested he could pull U.S. armed services out of European countries in response to their ongoing insistence the island territory should remain a part of Denmark.
It was Greenland that, and it continues to be, that should be controlled by the United States, not by Denmark.
NATO's Secretary General said going forward, Europe must take greater responsibility for its own defense.
We cannot continue as we did, being over-reliant on the United States. We need this much stronger Europe in a stronger NATO. And we can only get there when we work together seamlessly as one.
President Trump returns to Washington Wednesday night after another day of meetings. Jesse Mitchell, CBS News, New York.
This summit comes as the U.S. has launched new strikes against Iran and reimposed sanctions on Iranian oil sales. That's in retaliation for attacks on commercial ships near the Strait of Hormuz.
Maine Democratic Senate candidate Graham Plattner is facing growing pressure to drop out of his race following a sexual assault allegation he denies. Senator Bernie Sanders is now among those calling on Plattner to step aside. Plattner has until July 13th to exit the race. The seat is currently held by Republican Susan Collins, and the outcome could affect control of the Senate.
Day 2 of the preliminary hearing for Tyler Robinson, the suspect in the shooting death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Today, prosecutors showing surveillance video of a man they believe is Robinson returning to Utah Valley University after the shooting, wearing different clothing and walking with a noticeable limp. Robinson faces 7 criminal charges, including aggravated murder. Prosecutors say they plan to seek the death penalty.
A 37-story office building near Grand Central Terminal in Midtown Manhattan is buckling. It's forcing evacuations and shutting down several blocks. Officials say 2 columns on the 21st and 22nd floors gave way during a conversion to luxury apartments, leaving some floors sagging. Engineers are using drones to assess the damage.
Thankfully, the building has not been moving anymore, and even as the small team of about 6 people has been walking floor to floor, it still is not moving. So those are all good signs, but this is a fluid situation.
No injuries have been reported and all construction workers are accounted for. City officials are hopeful the building's steel construction will keep the structure from suffering a total collapse.
Jet fuel prices are down at least 35% since their peak in April, but airfares are up 15 to 20% from a year ago. Experts say it's down to 2 factors. The first is demand. People keep buying tickets, so airlines have little motivation to lower prices. And the second is less competition. The bankruptcy of Spirit Airlines removed a lot of pressure for legacy airlines to compete on price. Meanwhile, Delta and United Airlines stocks hit record highs last month, and American Airlines rose 30%.
Toyota is expanding production in the U.S. The Japanese automaker is spending $3.6 billion on its plant in San Antonio. It's to add another assembly line to build Tacoma trucks when it's finished in 2030. Those trucks are currently built in Mexico. Toyota says the expansion will add 2,000 jobs.
We will have more news ahead.
But first.
Yeah, unfortunately, Wednesday has more thunderstorms once again. That could linger all the way to Thursday morning, but we got cooler, drier conditions for Friday, and overall the weekend shaping up to be pretty nice too. We'll break it all down coming up on your First Warn weather update after the break.
This is gonna be easy.
Remember the last time I painted? What do you think?
I thought we were trying. Good thing painting's a lot easier with Dutch Boy. You did a beautiful job this time.
Dutch Boy. Yeah, it's that simple. Only at Menards. Right now, get an 11% rebate on Dutch Boy paint.
There's lots of grown-up fun in the water park capital of the world, but where? Well, where tasty drinks meet relaxing pools. That's where all the action is. Wisconsin Dells, where it's at. Plan your grown-up getaway at wisdells.com.
Where there's a flooded basement, musty crawl space, or wood rot, there's an answer. American Waterworks. For more than 30 years, American Waterworks has been solving homeowners' toughest waterproofing problems. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
I'm Tom Tiffany. I grew up on a dairy farm milking cows just like this one. Madison politicians, they've been milking you for every dollar. And now, the cost of living, it's utterly ridiculous. I'm running for governor to make life more affordable. Stop Wall Street from buying our homes, big data from bulldozing our farmland, and audit state government to clean out waste and fraud in Madison. I'm gonna need a bigger shovel, right, Daisy?
Our father started this business in 1992, so we've been helping people hear and understand better for 32 years.
You're calling a local number and having a local person answer. We do online scheduling, so you can always visit our website at your convenience.
We do a full hearing evaluation here. We do the delivery of the hearing aids. We do the maintenance, the cleanings, the repair work. So everything's done here in our office. You don't have to go somewhere else. We like helping people hear better. It's rewarding.
Better Hearing Center next to St. Pat's Church.
Big names, big experiences, one unforgettable weekend. August 6th through 8th. See Keith Urban, John Party, Ernest, Gene Simmons Band, and more. All in one place. Ashley for the Arts, the can't miss Summer Festival. 3 days of live music, art, food trucks, and family fun. Don't miss an unforgettable experience that gives back. Get your tickets today at ashleyforthearts.com.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Yeah, really looking at dew point trends here that have been pretty high last week that have come back down this week and even got pretty comfy for about a couple day here on Sunday, but we have saw them come back up with the dew points now in the mid 60s overall. So we are going to see that come back up a little bit. It already has today, tomorrow maybe a little bit higher. Then it's going to tail off behind this system, and I think really Friday into Saturday it's going to be very comfortable type of dew points or humidity levels. And then it comes up next week as we get really a ridge build to our west that's going to be pretty impressive with the heat that's just going to be right off to our west. The good news is next week is we're not going to see the oppressive 60 to 70 dew points that we saw with the tropical air mass. So it will get a little muggy, but heat indices are not going to be above 100 with this, probably more in the low to mid 90s. Overall, here's the jet right now. That's a piece coming through that we're going to see with the system. That's why you have a little bit of potential for some severe weather. It cuts through here, but overall, the big trend going into the weekend is the main jet gets pulled well to the north, which it typically does in July, go north into Canada. This time it's going to go well north, and really that means a huge ridge dome that's basically a heat dome that's going to build over the Central Plains and begin to push eastward towards our area as we get into next week. Now, there's some conflicting ideas that it might push over us, but I think right now it's going to stay just to our west. So we'll get hot, but not as hot as they'll probably get out in Iowa, Nebraska, and points westward. Next week, towards the end of next week, you'll start seeing this kind of push back down a little bit or sag south, so the storm track gets closer to the area. I think we'll start seeing some thunderstorm activity towards the end of Thursday and Friday, but don't expect a lot of activity going forward. Now, in the meantime, we do have a severe threat tomorrow. 4 to 7 a.m. north of I-94. We've already mentioned that near Eau Claire. And then 3 to 10 south of really I-94. Questions on exactly when this develops and how strong it was. We'll have to wait and see. But the flooding and the main high winds are really the thing that we're going to keep an eye on, which is a typical hazards you see in July. Overall, if you kind of time this out for the southern areas south of I-90, it's really going to be quite dry, potentially dry all the way through Wednesday afternoon, evening. Storms will come back in, likely close to the evening commute there afterwards, and they'll continue overnight. There is a severe risk down here. I think it's a little bit lower than really if you look at the I-90 corridor right through this area. A shower possible in the morning, but most areas will probably wait till after 3, and it's that 3 to 8 p.m. window where you could see some stronger storms developing. And then some showers and storms continue on Thursday, but that threat is fairly low, probably more widely scattered at the best with that. Now, further north, That's where the activity comes in the morning. We'll have some lingering showers to about noon, kind of a break, and then storms in the afternoon. But at this point, I think the severe risk will be further south of I-94, so we'll see some of that activity. Then Thursday, probably no showers at all this far north, probably just some cloud cover, less humid conditions, which is the positive news going forward. There's your front right there that we're watching. Here's the activity in the morning that's going to be coming through. We'll play this once again. They give you a general idea. You see it becomes more scattered towards 8 to 8:30 and just shower activity beyond that. But really it's that time frame about 4 to about 6 when these storms come through. Could be strong, could have some damaging winds or some heavy rainfall, and then it becomes scattered. Overall temperatures tomorrow, mid-80s, typically further south. It will be muggy, especially further south you go. They even might touch 90, given some of the storms won't hit that point. Further north, Ladysmith and the areas up there, a lot of cloud cover, probably more in the upper 70s, low 80s. So that's what we got going on. So something to stay aware of tomorrow with the strumming and the storms, depending on location. Friday's going to be dry, very comfortable conditions. The weekend's looking nice, although it gets a little bit warmer Sunday. And all of next week, as I mentioned, will probably be in the low to mid 90s, low 90s, excuse me. But the good news is the dew points won't be as high as last week. And like now, I think that heat dome will stay just to our west.
Oh, there we go. Some good news there. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, debut in the Lou. One of the Brewers' top prospects, Luis Lara, begins his pro career against the Cards. Plus, speaking of rookies, find out what drew John Horst to the Bucks' first-round draft picks. Jacob is next.
Right now at Ashley's Summer Savings Event. Shop cooling mattresses starting at just $6.99. Plus, save $300 on select Ashley Sleep adjustable bases. And pay no interest for 5 full years with no money down. Only at Ashley.
If your basement walls are peeling, that is not appealing. So this is water damage?
Yes,
man?
sir. That's water damage.
How many people right now have compromise in their basement brought on by water?
Oh, the majority. I mean, water is the enemy of a home.
Right.
But it's better to have it assessed to give you that ease of mind.
Sure.
Inspections are free. Might as well just give us a call to help.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
So that no matter what mess you brought into this church today, no matter what addiction and what struggle, no matter how many times you've doubted God or questioned God, that because of Jesus Christ, God's not holding it over your head. Instead, there is this amazing grace, there is this unconditional love that you and I can say, God doesn't just put up with us. God loves us.
Join Pastor Mike Novotny each Sunday. Watch Time of Grace on Channel 8, WKBT.
Your comfort is our business. That's not just a catchy slogan at Schneider Heating.
We want to ensure that your entire experience with us and our Carrier products is completely comfortable. From the moment you call to set up an appointment to when our NATE certified and factory authorized technicians arrive on schedule and treat your home like our own.
It's the entire reason we say
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is our business.
Right now at Ashley, discover summer steals for every room in your home starting at just $3.99. Plus, pay no interest for 5 full years. That's this 7-piece power reclining sectional with shades, now only $67 a month. Only at Ashley's Summer Savings Event.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports.
We are less than 1 week away from the MLB All-Star break, putting a pause on the season, and the Brewers are looking to hit the break in stride, continuing their long road trip today down in St. Louis. Game 1 of 2 on the day between Milwaukee and the Cardinals. Here, Christian Yelich evens up the score at 2 in the third with a single back up the middle. The Redbirds would jump back in front, but with a runner in scoring position, Garrett Mitchell gets jammed, but flares one into shallow center that falls for a hit, and Jake Bauers barely beats the tag. And the big day for Yelich would continue in the 7th as he unties the game going the opposite way, and that hit brings in Cooper Pratt, and Milwaukee takes their first lead of the day. Then Abner Uribe in, 1 out away from notching the save, and Andrew Vaughn collects the grounder, and the Brewers victorious in Game 1 over the Cardinals by a final of 4-3. And in game 2, it took a bit for the Brewer Bats to get going, but the new kid on the block, Luis Lara, who was making his MLB debut, gets things started as he shoots a single into right field with the bases loaded and 2 outs to put Milwaukee out in front. And the Brewers would break things open in the 7th inning, as with Lara on first base, Bryce Terang rips one to the gap and allows the rookie to show off his speed as he will score on the play to make it 5-2 Milwaukee. Then later in the frame, it's Gary Sanchez up with ducks on the pond. He rifles one into the outfield, and that allows 2 more to score. Milwaukee gets its first ever doubleheader sweep of the Cardinals, taking the nightcap 10-2. And the Twins also taking on a divisional foe in the Guardians. Cleveland did not find many barrels against Taj Bradley, but Rhys Hoskins does here with a solo blast that just clears the wall. Minnesota would answer quickly, though. Brooks Lee gives the home side the lead in the bottom half of the inning with an RBI single. And still 2-1 in the 7th, but with 2 outs, Cody Clemens going to hit a rope to left field. The play out there cannot be made by Stephen Kwan. That will go all the way to the wall. Josh Bell unhooks the plow around third and scores, and the Twins take the opener by a final of 3-1. While the All-Star break for the Major League Baseball season is next week, the festivities got underway for the Northwoods League today at the Home Run Challenge. And it was a special sight. The Field of Dreams hosting, as Dyersville will have a team in the league next year. And La Crosse's Eli Small finished with 7 home runs in his Derby debut. Some mammoth shots deep into the corn. He finished with the 2nd most on the night. In his side, the Great Plains defeated the Great Lakes 45 big flies to 24. And the Bucks will begin the Las Vegas Summer League on Friday against the Heat. It might be the first time we see the 2 Bucks rookies, Braden Burries and Nate Ament, hitting the hardwood together as they look to build some chemistry. And when asked about how the 2 will complement each other on the court, John Horst noted that who they are beyond the X's and O's was key in their selections.
I think you can see the synergy here already. There's a consistent theme in what we've targeted: the competitiveness, the character, the IQ of an athlete, hopefully great physical size, positional size. We've got a big guard, a big wing here, and I think great length, and I think great athleticism and just mobility. So there are some things that make sense, but it's way more about the people and what we're trying to really bring into the organization and continue to build with going forward.
And the 2 almost played together back in college as Burries made an official visit to Tennessee during the recruitment process, but eventually decided to play at Arizona. And the reshaping of the Bucks roster continued today as reports say there's been a trade agreed upon by Milwaukee and the Pistons to send Taurean Prince and Gary Harris to Detroit for Karis LeVert and 2 second-round picks in next year's draft. LeVert will be entering his 11th season in the league, and the Bucks will be his 6th team. He's got a career average of 13.2 points per game. The reported trade is part of a 6-team deal that includes the Mavericks, Wizards, Clippers, and Grizzlies as well. Back to the Brewers, though, guys. Luis Lara, 5th player in franchise history to ever have 2 RBIs in his debut. So that's some elite company right there, and it was fun to watch in his debut, guys.
Absolutely. He's one of the guys that the Brewers gave some multi-million-dollar contracts to before he'd even seen a pitch at the Major League level.
I believe
so.
18 or 19 from Venezuela, so really raw, but
a lot of faith in the kid.
Good signs.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jacob.
Definitely. All right, more news right after this.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Enjoy Monday's 3-2-1 special. $3 off pizza, $2 off pasta, and $1 off our mouth-watering burgers. Plus $6 house margaritas. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Is your concrete cracked, stained, or darkening your space? Here at River Valley Floor Shield, we provide a concrete coating that turns that dark and damaged space into a durable, weather-resistant surface that matches your home perfectly. We are looking for limited home orders to take place in our concrete blow-up special, where they will receive 25% off the project and a new space they're proud of. Call today to see if you qualify.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
At Sealands Carpetland, we know how hard your family can be in your home. Relax. We're more than just a flooring store. We're your partners that can create a home. It lasts a lifetime. Our flooring from Sealands is perfect for muddy feet
and waterborne fights.
Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley. Let us help you find the perfect flooring because our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Wednesday is wing night at River City Grill. 5 delicious wings for only $5. And $1 off all domestic beers. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
In Central Arkansas, you may need a little potty training to compete this holiday race.
Yep, the city of Pangburn just held its annual toilet races. Yeah, you heard that right. Both kids and adults participate in the downhill dash in the hope of finishing #1 on a seat made for #2. Some locals say the tradition started about 6 or 7 years ago, and for some, the race has now become a major community event that's fun for the whole family. So just design your own one. And the tagline is hop on and hold on.
When I read this, I was so confused as to what this was going to look like, but now this makes perfect sense. They need Kohler as a sponsor.
They do.
Or Porta Potty. But probably Kohler, right?
I think so. If you want the ultimate quality.
Ultimate quality. You got to have Kohler.
You like that
side.
though? #1 on a seat made for #2?
Yes, exactly. All the possibilities that could come about with that sponsorship, for sure. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Stay updated while you scroll. Follow us on Instagram at WKBT News 8.
Home Furniture is blazing into summer with savings throughout the showroom. Right now, get an extra 10% off the home price, like this Blake sofa for just $8.99. Or pay no interest for 3 years with blazing into summer savings going on now at Home Furniture.
Welcome to Hotel 44 North, where history, nature, and hospitality meet. Nestled in the heart of downtown Winona, our boutique retreat features 76 elegant rooms, including 24 spacious suites with kitchenettes, perfect for weekend getaways or extended stays. Step outside to river views, blufftop scenery, downtown shops, and scenic trails. Inside, enjoy luxury rooms, a pool, and sauna, all backed by our best rate guarantee. Unwind in our cozy lobby or sift craft cocktails at Latitude Bar and Lounge. Hotel 44 North, your place in Winona.
Hi, we're Easy Cash Buyer, and we're here to put an end to the hassle of selling your home. We buy houses for cash, with no showings and no commissions. Don't even fix a thing. Just cash in your pocket when you need it. Whatever the situation you find yourselves in, and whatever your property looks like, we'll buy it as is for cash. Give us a quick call today for a fair cash offer. And close when you're ready. It's that easy. Call 715-303-SELL. That's 715-303-SELL.
This summer, there is no better place to spend the day than downtown La Crosse. From shopping and dining to sweet treats and Sunday fun, downtown is full of ways to make the most of summer. Start your day with a stop at Sunbury Wares, where you will find colorful and one-of-a-kind pieces that make shopping downtown feel like an experience all its own. When hunger hits, grab a slice at Pizzeria Dolorosa, where handcrafted pizza and downtown energy make a perfect stop to refuel. Then, treat yourself at the Pearl Ice Cream Parlor with a scoop, a sundae, or a little something sweet to cool down on a hot summer day. And on Sundays, make your way to Cameron Park for Sunday Market, where local fresh finds, free fitness, family activities, and community connection come together in the heart of downtown. Stay and play downtown La Crosse this summer and find your guides to shopping, dining, events, and more at lacrossedowntown.com.
Hurry into Home Seasonal Concepts for the truckload patio sale. Get up to 60% off select collections, but when they're gone, they're gone. Plus, save on select in-stock patio umbrellas, fire tables, seat cushions, and protective covers during the truckload patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Or if you're north of Eau Claire, you definitely have thunderstorms coming through during the morning commute. In fact, Rusk County, you might see some stronger ones. You see the activity kind of tails off as we get past 7-8, with additional showers, probably non-severe as we get past 8-9. Further south, unlikely to see much of this get really south of Black River Falls. There'll be additional stuff Wednesday afternoon and evening. Could be severe. We'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, showers persist Thursday for some areas and much drier Friday. And overall, it's a dry pattern as we go all the way through most of next week.
And that radar is not the mayflies, right?
No, they're coming already.
That'll do it for us tonight.
We'll see you tomorrow.